a great room. I'm delighted to be here. Hard to follow Vish. We're in the middle of Silicon Valley. This place is dripping with brain power, and I know that I feel an overwhelming sense of that brain power right now. However, no matter how smart you are, you can be, if you use your emotions, more smart. I remember a September morning back in 1960. My first grade class was out of school. There we were, arrayed along a rural highway. The sun was bright, it was a golden morning, the air was sparkling, and we were kind of puzzled, what are we doing here? And then suddenly we felt a little rumble in our stomachs. And we turned our heads and two motorcycles came by. Two big black police Harleys with American flags flying. And following the motorcycles came limousines. Immense black, shiny convertibles filled with men in dark suits. And they were laughing, smiling, waving. The best part of all, when they came past where we were standing, they threw out giant handfuls of candy. Oh my God, we got candy for no reason. It was amazing. Now, those men were in a presidential campaign, but I don't remember that. What I remember are their smiles, their waves, and emotion. You know, had it been necessary, I think I might have been able to run down the road and actually catch those limousines again. That's how wonderful it felt. So you might be thinking, well, Roy, gee, that's kind of a sweet story. It's just golden nostalgia. What does that have to do with us? Well, the reason I tell a story like that is because we adults also need candy. We need maybe different flavors, but we need a source of energy. We really thrive on the help of other people. So, oh, excuse me just a sec. Vish, thanks so much. You didn't say I would have standing room only. It's amazing, awesome, and I enjoy working with you all these months that you've been helping me. And I hope I've been able to help you, but I'd like you to have this gift as a token of my high regard. Vish Patanasheti! So consider, when was the last time you really felt unconditional approval? Not just, hey, okay, that was good, or thanks a bunch, but someone who listened to you and really understood what you were trying to do and was wholeheartedly on your side. My name's Roy Terry. And a lot of people think I shouldn't even be here. How do I know that? Well, they told me. So 9 months ago or so, I was in a transition between things I had done and things I wanted to do, and I go up to my various friends, and say, hey, you know, I'm really excited. I just think being a public speaker would be wonderful. I have so many ideas, and I want to help people and inspire people. Well, ha, ha, ha. Roy, they would say, you don't get it. Professional speakers are people who went to Harvard. They write for the New York Times, published authors. Roy, are you an astronaut? Have you ever climbed Mount Everest? Are you a cancer survivor? Have you survived an airline crash? Have you piloted an airline crash? You're not a CEO and you're not a movie star. Say, have you ever cut off your own arm? Okay. So sadly, the only answer I had to this was no. What's wrong with this picture? The sad news is, the fact is, that sometimes the people we call our friends are on the wrong side of approval. We like our friends are great in some ways. However, we now have the smarts, unlike when we were younger. When I was in first grade, I got an incredible boost of energy by accident. We can now get it deliberately. And one of the ways we can get it is by being wise, using our smarts about friends and all their reasons, because friends have lots of different reasons for saying things that we may perceive as negative. And what we can know now is that that doesn't really have any relevance to what you want to do and what you believe you can do. And furthermore, upgrades are available on this flight and all flights. So please use your smarts to consider the friends you have now and friends you'd like to have in the future. I didn't know Vish a year ago, but he's a very good friend now. Folks, these are kind of scary times, not just in the Valley, but all through the world. In fact, every now and then I'll see a headline, something to the effect of era of crises. We have so many systems and so many ways in which the human community is struggling right now. And what have we done? Well, in the Valley, we are gripping with brain power, and we have smarts. We have a lot of smarts, and we know a lot of stuff. So we know about our spreadsheets and our email and how to network. We know how to lay down devices on a layer of silicon that are small, so small, most microscopes can't even resolve them. We know about SAP, we know project management, all this stuff, and yet, probably, we're missing something. We're missing an ingredient. The ingredient we're missing is right here. Apparently not. That wasn't it, excuse me. The ingredient we're missing, in many cases, is our emotion. Because our emotion is what gives us wisdom, it's what gives us energy, it's what we feel, and it is the source of our power. So it is connecting with your emotion and your smarts that can empower you, and when that happens, magic happens. A clerk can become a founder, an engineer can become an inventor, a note taker can become an artist through the power of emotion and smarts. Excuse me. I have another story from 1960, that's over 50 years in case you're counting. In that first grade class, we had the charming little lady named Mrs. Varian who taught us how to read. Now in those days it was Dick and Jane. I think possibly in this case Dick and Jane had a picnic. The book was this big. And Mrs. Varian walked us through the book with her pointer. She showed us all the words and through the pages and taught us what a sentence was and about a capital letter and all those different kinds of things. And then one day in the middle of the afternoon she said, well, who'd like to read? We don't know how to read. We like it when you read, Mrs. Varian. So we were all taken aback. It was a surprise. And I don't know what happened, but I think for me something welled up inside. It wasn't smarts. It was an emotion. And it carried my hand right up. And I was the first person to read in my first grade class. And wow, it was better than candy. It was better than candy because with the smarts I have now, I understand what happened. I did a performance. I was ready. I was motivated. I was in a good venue for it. Good audience, the right kind of situation. And I took the risk and I went for it. And ladies and gentlemen, if you take nothing else from my little talk today, please remember this point. Performance is a magic machine in your brain. It does several things. It converts your fear into joy. And it converts your doubt into confidence. Excuse me. So I would wish for you in the future not to just read the book, but write your own book. Whatever your creative gifts, whatever your motivation, whatever your dream in the world, please use your smarts, but also use your emotion, connect fully, and thank you very much.